What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna do something a little simple. We are gonna be upgrading intake pipe for my cousin-in-law 18 WRX. Here in the package we do have a good intake that we're gonna be installing. Whew. So here it is, guys. MAP intake pipe with the filter. Comes with adapter harness that plugs into the map into the engine harness. Also comes with the hardware that you really need to use. Clamps. And what's pretty cool is that they also came with a sheet plate right here, as you can see. So that's pretty cool. So this is technically my first time I'm going to be installing these kind of parts on a WRX. I know that the SCRs are a little bit different. So you can see why I had to drive the car up in the ramp, because we need to remove the underbody panel, removing the stock intake pipe, and then removing the intake box on the top. So first thing that we're gonna do on the top, or maybe it doesn't really matter, I guess. We can start go ahead and removing the scoop, and then removing the intake box, the map sensor right there. We got three nuts we need to remove, and it looks like it's kind of a little bit of tight area right there where they had the clamp, but we'll just figure everything out. Because I'm gonna do is to go underneath the underbody panel, remove whatever hardwares. So we got some rivet clips on here, and I believe all the bolts that are holding on to this is about 10 millimeters. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way, take these out, and then we should get access into the intake pipe. So now we got access underneath. Now we can go ahead and start loosening the clamp from here. Clamps right there. Hardware that is holding on from the bracket. I don't think we need to loosen the clamp up there, because then we can loosen the clamp from here, from this intake boot, and then we can pull it right off, and then we can start putting the new one in. You can use an 8mm socket or use a flathead, whatever works best for you guys. I always use a socket, so it's much more easier. Now that we got the bottom intake pipe up, now we can start focusing on removing the scoop and the intake box, and we can start putting the new MAP intake pipe in. So I got the stock intake box and pipe out of the WRX. Not a little struggle though, but what I end up doing is that instead of trying to take out the whole intake box by one, I went to go ahead and just remove half of it, and it was a lot more easier. So remember to do that. So now what we're going to be doing is that we're going to put this on with the clamp. The map sensor off from the stock box and put it on the MAP intake. So you want to put that on first before you go ahead and put the intake pipe on. Otherwise, it's going to be a pain in the butt to get the new map sensor and then screw it on with the new hardware. So that's the first thing we're gonna do, and then we can go ahead and put on the new boot clamp, shield plate right here, and the last one we can do is install the intake filter. So let's go ahead and get that buttoned up. I think it's gonna look really sick and it's gonna make a difference. Alright, so we got the intake and the filter in. Man, that looks really good. And this is how it runs. So I didn't tighten everything yet. I want to make sure that everything else lines up the way how it's supposed to before we can go ahead and do that. You can see that the intake pipe is sitting on the plastic. So what you want to do is that you want to turn the pipe at least to the middle as much, and it should be good, and then you go ahead and tighten it. Because if you kind of turn it all the way to the right, what would happen is that it's gonna hit the back of the headlight and the bulb. So I want to make it just right here, and then at the end we're gonna go ahead and put this heat shield to the car, and then we can button everything back on. So we finally finished installing the MAPerformance intake. Kind of took me a little while to kind of figure out how to install this. Basically, you have two screws on the ECU. You go ahead and take those out, and then you screw it right behind the plate. And also there is a ground right there. You can see that bolt. So there is a ground cable that the bolt's holding on. So you just take that out, put the ground cable behind it, and then just tighten it. So that's all it is. So now we're gonna go ahead and install the MAPerformance tuning stage 1 into Jason's car. So we have the ignition on. Here is the COBB Accessport. So we're gonna go ahead and plug it in. Okay, so we're gonna go run down to tune, change ECU map, ECU reflash, and here is the MAPerformance stage 1 map that we're going to be running. So MAPerformance did recommend, if you're going to be running the MAPerformance intake on the WRX, I think 15 to 16 and up, they recommend you to run their tuning, because I guess it's a little bit different, but that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to go ahead and select their mapping. So right now the map is uploading on the car. Right after the map is uploading into the car, they did also recommend on the email, they also send a repair instruction. After you upload the map, they want you to run the car and idle for about a minute before driving the car. And here is the map right there. So we're gonna turn off the car to have everything reinitialize. So we're gonna click OK. Now it's gonna do another upload. We're gonna turn the car back on. Also click OK. Okay, so now we have the MAPerformance map into the WRX. Now let's see how the car starts. That sounded pretty good. Oh, that feels good.
I reached 100 fucking next year, bro. Jesus Christ. It's fun though.
Hell yeah.
That's all I want to hear.
That sounds pretty nice. Yeah. If you guys are interested in picking up this intake from MAP, I'll have it down in the description box below. I know that I didn't really show much of how to download the map from the email and then transferring it to the COBB program on your computer, but they do send you repair instructions on the email, which is really helpful and easy to do. If you guys are watching this video, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and the notification button for update videos. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Aloha, and I'll see you guys on the next one.